Hi, this is Keith Payne with Superior Lending.
And I'm Brenda Simmons with Presidio Real Estate.
And we're here with your home buying tip of the week.
And today we want to talk with you a little bit about shopping for your new home.
Yeah, excellent. This is the fun part, right, Brenda?
It is a lot more fun.
So today we've talked about some of the people and processes necessary to get ready to qualify for buying a home. And now we're going to review some of the actual home shopping needs, right? The aspect of buying the house and what you have to do when you engage with a real estate agent.
Yes, and I'm going to stop you right there for just a second, because before we get into that, there is something that you need to know. In order for a real estate agent to legally be able to represent a buyer, they need to have this form signed. Now, the legal name of this is called the Exclusive Buyer Broker Agreement and Agency Disclosure Form. We like to call it the Buyer Representation Form just because it's a lot easier to understand what it is. But before you get too far into the house shopping process, your agent is probably going to ask you to sign this form just so that they know that they have the legal right to represent you as a buyer, okay? So, and I'm not going to go through that right now because it's a few pages long. And there's a form that the state has put out, but each brokerage tweaks it to add their own information on that as well. And so you're going to want to make sure that you've got all of that information, you know what that says. So just know that that is something that is going to happen, okay?
Excellent.
Awesome.
So now that you have an agent, what's the next step?
Okay, so now we get to look for the home. That's really fun. So as a buyer, you're probably going to be looking for homes online. There's a lot of different websites that you can do that on. And as an agent, I'm going to be looking for homes that are listed on the multiple listing service, or the MLS. And so what we're going to be doing then is communicating, hey, do you want to look at this house? Do you want that house? Once you decide that you want to see a certain house, you let your agent know, and they're going to contact the seller's agent, who will then contact the seller to make sure that the time and the date that you have chosen to go see the home works for them. Once you get out there, typically that home buyer is gone, and so your agent is going to let you into that home, and you're going to walk around the home. And usually the agent is going to have a spec sheet that you will be able to see as the buyer, and that spec sheet has the information for that home on it. So like how many rooms, how many bedrooms, how many kitchens even. Sometimes there's multiple kitchens, how the acreage, how many garages, and so everything about that house you're going to know because of that sheet. And so you're going to be comparing that as you walk around the home. Also, what's on that sheet is, and this is super important, what is excluded in the sale and what's included. Because sometimes the homeowner will have like a trampoline that they don't want to take, and so they're going to include that. And so all of that is going to be specified on that spec sheet.
Excellent. So you've walked around the home, you have the spec sheet. What do you do next?
Okay, this is really important. This is something that I really like to do with my buyers. I actually stop them before we leave, and I ask them, okay, what were the features that you really, really liked about this home? And then I list them, and I make them write it down too. And then I ask them, okay, you know what you like, what did you not like about this home? And again, I make them write it down. And this is so important because it really helps the buyer to get really clear in their minds what it is they really want in a home and what just really isn't that important. And so that is a super important activity to do. Now, to take that a step further, if we're going to go see multiple homes, I like to say, okay, we've seen 2 or 3 homes. What's your favorite? What's your second favorite? And every time we go see a home, we reevaluate what's your favorite home. So that way it's really, really clear which home will work the very best for that buyer.
Excellent information, Brenda. That's really helpful to know what to do when you're actually out shopping for a home with an agent. How about today's market? I've heard a lot of information saying it's a seller's market and things are kind of in upheaval. It's a little crazy. What should home buyers expect now?
It is definitely a seller's market. So what that means is that there are fewer homes on the market for the demand that is present. So in other words, we have very, very few homes for sale, but we have a large buying pool. And so what that means as a buyer for you is you're going to see that when you're out looking for homes. You're going to see other agents and other buyers sometimes tour the house at the same time you are, just kind of depending on the schedule of the home. What that's going to do, if you do encounter that, it's going to create a sense of urgency in you. So be aware of that. That sense of urgency doesn't necessarily mean that you need to purchase that home. Make sure you do what's right for you, but be aware that if you do want the home, you're going to have to act quickly because other agents and other buyers are going to be acting quickly as well.
Excellent. Excellent advice. Thanks for sharing, Brenda.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that this video has been helpful. I'm Brenda Simmons with Presidio Real Estate.
And I'm Keith Payne with Superior Lending. And if you know anyone looking to buy, build, sell, or refinance, please have them give us a call. Our numbers are here on the screen. Thanks.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.